Ever wondered why Cleopatra, one of the most influential women in history, took her life? To begin with, we're going on a journey, rewinding the clock to a period of sophistication and mystery, Cleopatra's Egypt. Egypt, in all its glory, was a land teeming with architectural marvels like towering pyramids, a testament to human capability and a symbol of grandeur. Mighty pharaohs ruled, their omnipresent influence shaping the course of the civilization. This vibrant kingdom was a beacon of civilization in the ancient world, commanding awe and respect from all corners. It was a place where knowledge thrived, where culture flourished, and where innovation was encouraged. It was a cradle of science, arts, and literature, an epicenter for intellectual pursuits, standing out as a shining example of human advancement. However, despite the prosperity and the gleaming surface, there lurked an undercurrent of instability. Political turmoil was rampant, with power struggles within the kingdom threatening to blow the lid off the semblance of peace. Cleopatra's rule was no exception. Her reign was fraught with a constant struggle for power, a fight for maintaining control, a battle for keeping the throne intact. Meanwhile, in the West, the formidable power of Rome was burgeoning, slowly but surely extending its reach, casting an ominous shadow over Egypt. Rome, with its disciplined military ranks and seemingly insatiable thirst for conquest, was a formidable adversary. Rome's expansionist ambitions posed a grave risk to the survival of Egypt, threatening to engulf it in its empire. Trapped in this vortex of geopolitical tensions, Cleopatra found herself in a precarious situation. Her destiny was not just her own, but it was inextricably linked with that of her kingdom. The decisions she made, the alliances she formed, the battles she fought, all held significant implications for the future of Egypt. This was the complex and volatile world Cleopatra was born into, a world on the brink of monumental change. But how did Cleopatra, a woman in a male-dominated world, rise to such power? This question takes us back to a time when the world was a chessboard of kingdoms and empires, with Cleopatra skillfully playing the Game of Thrones. Born into the Ptolemaic dynasty, she was not destined for a life of obscurity. Cleopatra was more than just a beautiful woman. She was a shrewd and calculating political player. She was well educated, fluent in several languages, and had a deep understanding of politics and economics. She used this knowledge to her advantage, stabilizing Egypt's economy and expanding its influence during her reign. She was also known for her charismatic personality, which she used to form strategic alliances. Notably, her relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony were not just love affairs, but also political alliances that significantly bolstered her power. Cleopatra was not just a queen, she was a force to be reckoned with. The ties between Cleopatra and Rome were not just political, but deeply personal. To understand this, we must delve into Cleopatra's complex relationships with two of Rome's most influential figures, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Cleopatra and Julius Caesar's alliance began as a political maneuver, but blossomed into a love story that shaped the fate of Egypt. Her intelligence and charm captivated Caesar, strengthening their bond, but this connection also painted a target on her back, making her a figure of suspicion in Rome. Enter Mark Antony, a Roman general with his own aspirations. The alliance between Cleopatra and Antony was a calculated move, a fusion of power meant to challenge Rome's dominance. Yet their relationship was not devoid of genuine affection and mutual respect. These alliances, while strategic, were also deeply personal, blurring the lines between politics and passion. These relationships, fraught with love, power, and betrayal, would ultimately play a pivotal role in her tragic end. Despite her power and her alliances, Cleopatra's reign was not to last. The waves of political upheaval and betrayal that swept over Egypt were too mighty. Rome's might was growing and Cleopatra's influence was waning. Her valiant efforts to maintain Egypt's independence were met with resistance and treachery, and soon war was upon them. Her lover and ally, Mark Antony, defeated in battle, fell on his sword. Cleopatra was captured, her throne usurped. The once indomitable queen was now a prisoner of Rome. But Cleopatra was not one to be paraded through Rome in chains. She would not let her story end in defeat. In her final act of defiance, Cleopatra chose the path of the asp, a venomous snake. A bite, a quick and painless death, was her escape from humiliation and defeat. In the face of defeat, Cleopatra chose to take her own life, a decision that still intrigues us today. Cleopatra's death marked the end of an era, but her legacy lives on. With her demise, Egypt lost its final pharaoh and came under the control of Rome, marking the end of Egypt's independence. Yet the impact of Cleopatra's life and rule stretched far beyond the borders of her kingdom. Her strategic alliances and political maneuvers shaped the course of history, and her story has been told and retold, mythologized and reinterpreted for centuries. Cleopatra's intelligence and charisma, her political savvy and determination, have fascinated historians, playwrights and filmmakers alike. She's been portrayed as a romantic heroine, a cunning politician and a tragic figure, her life a tapestry of intrigue, ambition and power. Her story and the mystery surrounding her death continues to captivate our collective imagination. So while we may never fully understand why Cleopatra chose to end her life, her story remains a testament to her power, her intelligence, and the tumultuous world she navigated.